everyone, and welcome back to another Storytime video. Today, I am going to talk about some Christmas traditions my family and I have over the years. And before I get into that, I am going to mention that this is going to be the last Storytime video I make in 2020, as 2 weeks from now, Christmas Day, is a day in which I actually take off, because I'm normally traveling and seeing the family that I'm going to talk about in this video. But, of course, with the no virus going around, I call it the no virus because I don't know if YouTube wants non-news channels to say the actual virus's name. News channels and individuals are not governed by the same rules, and I know it sucks, but that's another video for another day. Now, this will be the first year in 12 years that I will not travel for Christmas. Now, normally, we would make the 8-hour drive to go see my maternal grandparents and spend like a week there. Over the last few years, because I've gotten older and my sister's gotten older, we haven't spent as much time down there for Christmas to see my grandparents, but we have still spent time and seen them. But the Christmas traditions that we have, I would still say have, is that there's this book that we would always read right before Christmas. I don't quite remember it, but it involves these terrible kids that there's a whole bunch of them, and they're not really smart, and the teachers didn't want to fail the kids at all, so that the teacher would have to deal with 2 kids or 2 siblings the next year. I'm still trying to remember the book. Let me try to Google it while I talk about the other traditions. So, on Christmas Eve, we would always open up a gift, and it was, just a random thing, although a couple of things were off limits, of course. But let's see. But uh, I okay. So a few books were off limits, and or not books. I think I said books. A few presents were off limits, and of course we would open all the rest of the presents on Christmas Day, but also on we would leave out. Well, this was more in particular when we were younger, but we would leave out uh, cookies and milk for Santa Claus, and we would wake up on not Saturday morning. I'm already thinking about the weekend. Dadgummit. This is just a mess. Okay. On Christmas morning, we would wake up and see that Santa Claus had eaten some of the cookies and drank some of the milk, and that my grandmother would make cinnamon rolls. And we would eat cinnamon rolls and open up presents and do whatever else. But I forgot to mention before Christmas Day, there was we would always make Christmas cookies, and we would be able to eat one a night before Christmas, or two, or just one or two, and decorating those cookies were it's just that was like my favorite Christmas tradition as a kid. And sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional now, but it it was such a good tradition, and I just wish that I could go down there, see my grandparents, and decorate some Christmas cookies. But darn it, that's not going to happen this year. And it's kind of making me sad because I only get to see my grandparents once, maybe twice a year, if I'm lucky. And this year, I won't even get to see them at all. I haven't seen them since last Christmas. And I probably won't get to see them until next Christmas. So, it's just, I'm sorry, but it's just, alright. I'm gonna pull myself together. So, decorating Christmas cookies was my favorite thing to do in terms of a Christmas tradition. And of course, seeing opening up presents is great and all, but I know for them, they always enjoyed seeing the look on my face whenever I opened up something that was really cool. And might I say that I feel lucky to be in a situation where I could get good presents, because not everybody can get good presents, and I fully acknowledge that. So I try not to make a big deal about getting nice things because not everybody can get those nice things, and I I almost feel like I'm kind of rubbing it in someone's face when I say that I got this or I got that for Christmas. Uh, because somebody else might want something else, but that, or something like that, but yet they can't quite get it, and that's a little bit sad. And I kind of forgot where I was going with this point before I went on with the whole PSA thing. But I do enjoy the look on my grandparents' faces and everybody's faces whenever I get them gifts, as I buy all of my relatives gifts. But, and just as you know, this year, that can't happen. So that's kind of another reason why I'm sad, and talking about it doesn't really help matters, but hey, I chose to talk about this. You didn't choose this topic for me. I chose this topic for myself. But, yes, this Christmas is going to be bittersweet. With people sending stuff through the mail and all this other jazz, I just hope that no one gets their packages mixed up. That would suck. And I would say that Christmas is... I don't know if Christmas or Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Because... No, I'm gonna say Christmas. Because not only from the gifts perspective, which is just a little nice little cherry on top, I would say that it's my favorite because, just as I said, you get to see your family, and for me, that's some family that I only get to see a couple times a year because of the distance it takes to travel there. So it's kind of hard to travel there, but uh in addition to that, you got all the traditions that just make Christmas that much better in my eyes. And also, since I like football, you've got, in the NFL, you've got crucial games that matter. And in college football, the bowl games might not necessarily be great on Christmas Day and the days around that, but there will be some great bowl games just around the corner. So I can really appreciate it. And the family and the football aspect really hold true for Thanksgiving, but the traditions and the joy that I get to see on people's faces, on my family's faces, when they open up my presents. And I know vice versa, whenever I get gifts that they give me, it's just puts it over the edge over Thanksgiving. And so I would say that Christmas is my favorite holiday, and that's why. So if you've ever wondered what it is, that's it. On a little side note, what's the worst holiday? Maybe St. Patrick's Day. Because I kind of feel like that's an excuse for people to get drunk. And now you'll have someone ranting in the comments section about how St. Patrick's Day is so much more than just an excuse to get drunk. It's like, okay. But yes, guys, I think this storytime video has gone on long enough. This is proof that I should really script these again. I always go without a script. I used to write one at some point, but I don't anymore. And this video is definitely proof of that. But yeah. And see us, guys. I do believe that will do it for this storytime video and next storytime video. And in 2021, I will see you all later. Goodbye, guys. Thank you all for watching, and have a happy new year and a happy holidays in general.